Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everyone. Good evening. And actually, I think I want to begin with just saying Mazal Tov to everyone who was inducted this evening. And I think we all deserve a round of applause. On behalf of my family, on behalf of my beautiful mother who's here, on behalf of the Azrieli Foundation, I'm really honored to be here and humbled to be in such extraordinary company, to be with all of the other inductees. Really, truly honored and moved. You know, it hasn't escaped my notice, and I assume it hasn't escaped yours, that we live in a political climate where we're often pushed to look at the differences between people. And yet when I look around this room, I look at our global family, I think about all that we have in common, not the ways that we are different. And first and foremost, we are, as this evening's motto is, united in science. It also hasn't escaped my notice that we live in a climate where somehow it seems to be optional, I guess is the word I could use, optional to accept data-driven evidence for what's true and what's false, where respect for the practice of seeking the truth, seeking understanding, is somehow lacking. So I think I can also say that we are united in our respect for science. And I know we all share a very deep respect for the Weizmann Institute, for its leading-edge thinking, its out-of-the-box approach to science, which attracts the best and brightest minds. Now, from talking to some of the amazing people in this room, I know that many of us have chosen to support an area within the Weizmann that has personal meaning. And in our case, our most recent significant investment is in brain science, which we see as the final frontier of research. And like many of you, our approach began with something personal, a family member with a brain disorder. But it blossomed into something bigger, something wider, something that looked to find connections. And it did so as our own understanding increased. And it increased as a result of the interactions we had with the incredible scientists at the Weizmann. And this really allowed us to think strategically in our philanthropy about how to have impact, about how to make a difference. And from everything we've heard this evening, I know that many of you have had, if not all of you, have had similar experiences. You know, most of us in this room are not scientists, although I was delighted to see that some of us are. But most of us aren't. And yet I think, you know, I can admit that I've always harbored a secret interest in discovery and reading about discoveries, and I think that was true for my whole family. And I know how exciting it is when I hear and see what Naomi, Irit Sagi, Naomi Barkai, these are the scientists we've supported over the years at the Weizmann, when we see what they're doing with their research. For those of us who are not scientists, it is really thrilling to be part of something that could change our world, whether it is through brain research or through educating young minds in the sciences to all the way to drug discovery, as we've seen. Now, in thinking about what else binds us together, it occurs to me that some of us in this room may have been called impatient, may have wanted quick results in certain areas of our lives. I think we have a room full of successful people who are mavericks, change makers, people who take risks and want things to move. But interestingly, I've found that when it comes to science, we are in it for the long haul. I have confidence, and with it comes patience. And I suspect that many of you feel the same way. We have confidence in what the Weizmann is doing, and we have the patience to be here and be involved and support it all the way. Now, I felt my father here this evening. He was so proud to be associated with the Weizmann. And I remember the pride he felt when he was inducted into the Weizmann Global Family. And we're really thrilled as a family to be continuing this tradition. And what we saw this evening is that there are so many here tonight who are also continuing your family's legacy with your induction. And I offer you all a hearty Mazal Tov. I was reminded over dinner of something that my father used to say. He used to say that he never considered his support of research and education to be charity. He used to say, in every case, I feel I have received more than I have given. Now, on behalf of all of us who are being recognized for our philanthropy, I want to say then that we thank you, everyone at the Weizmann, all the scientists and all the people who make that wonderful institution work and grow and develop, because we have received more than we have given, and it is our honor to join this global family. Thank you.